everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Weekend Rundown. This is your host, Daniel.
And I'm your host, Drew. Welcome back. I just wanted to say I got a lot of feedback last week about how maybe people think I hate cats and think I want them to die, which I don't. In fact, I'm sorry, I have a preference for dogs, but cats are cool if you're cat people.
So why the change of heart?
Just clarifying. I'm not having a change of heart at all.
Well, I mean, yesterday you were all gung-ho about we need to exterminate these felines.
Whoa, yesterday. Don't.
Not yesterday. I'm sorry, last week.
I did not say exterminate. You put me in some sort of weird situation where I had to choose, and then you were like, bruh, 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 bruh. And it doesn't matter. My point is I don't hate cats like that. I don't want them all to die. They're fine. They're fine pets for people who aren't me. All I'm saying. But anyways, my point is, guys, we're going to go into our first segment of the show here. We have a name for it now. August 1st, Past Moments, reported presently with Daniel. Let's go into it.
All right, and today we have a ton of moments. So we'll touch down on a couple of them, and a few others we'll just kind of skim right through. So the first one is Henry III of France was assassinated in 1589 on August 1st.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. He was assassinated by Jacques Clement. 15 years earlier, the previous king of France, Henry's brother, Charles IX, had suddenly died without producing an heir, leaving 22-year-old Henry ripe for ascension. Henry III accepted the throne, but was quickly faced with confronting France's mounting social tensions. In the late 16th century, France was internally battling over the issue of religion. Catholics fought against Protestants, and joint Catholic-Protestant groups fought against the oftentimes tyrannical power of the French king, Henry III, believed that a religiously tolerant monarchy could bring peace to France. But before he could see that vision come true, he was assassinated by Jacques Clement, a Catholic fanatic. Posing as a courier, Clement gained access to the king's chamber and stuck a knife in his abdomen before being immediately killed by the guards.
But his job
Because if you kill the king, they don't take you prisoner. They kill you.
Just immediately.
And then in 1779, on August 1st, Francis Scott Key was born.
And we all know that guy, right?
And we know that guy as the guy that wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. He was born in Frederick County, Maryland.
Didn't he write it in prison?
I heard something different.
All right.
But he graduated from St. John's College before going to study law under his uncle, who he assisted in Aaron Burr's conspiracy trial. Though he was only an amateur poet, the lines he wrote at dawn on September 14th, 1814, while watching the bombardment of American forces at Fort McHenry during the War of 1812's Battle of Baltimore, have become perhaps the best-known verses in American history. So, where did you say he wrote it?
I was under the influence that he was, like, taken prisoner or something.
I thought he was taken prisoner and was on a boat and watching. That's what.
Okay, so yeah, that's the same thing, but he was in like a brig of the boat, I think. In like the jail of the boat, I think.
Okay.
But maybe both our stories are wrong. I don't really know.
Doesn't really touch down on it here. Wish it did, but
it's just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And we have a lot of stories for today. August 1st is a popular day. I think probably the first of any month is going to be a popular day for history.
Yeah, probably.
So, 1714, Queen Anne of England died. Queen Anne, the last Stuart ruler of England, dies after a series of strokes. She became known as the Barren Queen when she was unable to produce a living heir after 17 pregnancies.
Whoa.
And her one child to survive infancy died at age 11.
Ouch.
Because of this, Parliament passed the Act of Succession in 1701, excluding any Catholics from inheriting the throne after the Protestant queen's death.
Whoa, what?
The Stuart line died with Anne, and her cousin George I of the House of Hanover ushered in the Georgian era.
Is that Gregorian?
That's it. Oh, Gregorian. Okay. I mean, it's spelled the same as Jajori.
It is spelled the same. I just only know it because I think I've heard it before.
All right, fair. Okay, so then moving on, we got 1944. Anne Frank writes her final diary entry.
Yeah, we're back to being dark real quick.
I think wasn't that last one kind of dark?
It's getting darker.
died?
It's getting darker and darker. I just been like, the guy was born and then the queen died and then now writes her final diary entry.
Anne Frank made her final entry in her diary 3 days before the Gestapo captured her and her family. The 15-year-old girl wrote, "I keep trying to find a way to become what I'd like to be and what I could be if only things were no other people in the world." I don't understand that.
It says, I think you misread. It says, "I keep trying to find a way to become what I'd like to be and what I could be if only there were no other people in the world." What she's saying is she wants to become these things, but the people who are controlling the world around her, because she was young and didn't understand it, the Nazis, didn't allow her to do those things. She had to stay in that fucking attic. She got killed by those assholes.
That kind of just makes me think that she had Hitler's ideology forced her to have that ideology, right? Because she doesn't want any other people in the world.
Well, she thought that she wasn't able to do anything else in the world because of other people. You are correct.
So and that's kind of what Hitler was saying. You guys can't do all this because the Jews ruined everything.
Yeah, but he took a different route. Like she was just trying to do it to survive. He was doing it to eradicate.
You could see how over time maybe that could push somebody to be an extremist.
Oh, for sure. I get what you're saying. Yeah, but her situation
was already like a seed.
I don't think it's fair to compare the two when he's the one who forced her situation.
Oh no, I'm not comparing the two. I'm not saying she was like a bad person or she was Hitler.
But you're saying the way
see, psychologically how if somebody's doing that,
he influenced that directly.
Exactly.
That's the reason why she feels like that.
How that's going to make you
we all
feel this way.
We all know he's a piece of crap.
And then it's a vicious circle. 1996.
Big jump forward.
Yeah. George R.R. Martin's A Game of Thrones is published.
We all had a lot of fan favorites die in that too.
I never saw it.
It's okay. A lot of people did.
A lot of people didn't? I feel like more people saw it.
I said did.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. Game of Thrones, the first novel of George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy saga, is released. Martin would go on to write a total of 5 books for his A Song of Ice and Fire series, which was later adapted into the HBO hit show Game of Thrones. The author has said he intends to release 2 more books to finish the series.
He never will.
All right, and then these ones are some pretty fast ones.
Let's just go quickly over these.
Except for this very first one.
I got to laugh at this.
Which, 1774, English scientist Joseph Priestley discovers oxygen.
Before that, we were breathing nothing.
Yeah, we don't know what the hell we were doing. I don't know how you could actually use something but not have discovered it.
It's like
anyone before 1774, you weren't credited with. You could have, but you weren't credited with.
That's like people
something you knew.
People in Japan eating sushi for 500 years, and they're like, "Hey, we just discovered the salmon." Wait, you mean the stuff we've been putting on this sushi for the last 500 years?
That's a crazy claim. And when that guy walked out, and was like, "You guys are never gonna believe what this stuff does."
It allows us to debate this.
See what you're doing right now? See what you're doing? Oxygen. I discovered it.
You're welcome.
Put it in a book.
Because of me.
Fucking pay me.
My name is Joseph Priestley. Remember me.
All right. We're going to skip him next year. 1781, Britain troops under General Charles Cornwallis occupy Yorktown, Virginia, where they would be defeated less than 3 months later, prompting the end of the Revolutionary War.
Goodbye, British.
1793, France becomes the first country to use the metric system.
Fuck you, France.
1819, American author Herman Melville, most famous as the author of Moby Dick, is born in New York City. 1831, London Bridge officially opens to traffic.
You thought we were going to say if it was falling down. Haha.
1834, Britain abolishes the slave trade throughout the empire. 1932, the American Quarter featuring George Washington's face goes into circulation.
That was a long time ago.
1936, the Summer Olympics, now famous for the feats of American track and field star Jesse Owens, begin in Berlin, soon dashing Adolf Hitler's hopes of using the games to showcase Aryan supremacy.
Wait, time out. The Summer Olympics came after the Winter Olympics?
I guess so, yeah.
What the fuck? My mind just got blown, dude.
Wasn't the Olympics like really, really old?
The Olympics was started by like Greek people.
Yeah, but that was probably like, I feel like they probably did that. I don't know for a fact, but they probably did it in summer. Then it was probably like modernized.
The deal was they did the reason why we do it every 4 years is because the Greeks decided every 4 years, even if they were at war, they would stop to do these Olympics games.
But I'm just saying, like, it's probably
That's so awesome.
Probably got modernized to where like it was probably done in the summer, and then we were probably like,
–
yo, guys, we can do it like inside in the winter and shit.
Probably. I mean, no, because when they do Winter Olympics, it's like fucking snowboarding and skiing.
I don't know, bro. Stick around for 7 more years, and eventually we'll talk about the first day of the fucking Winter Olympics.
Oh, fuck you. Okay.
I still got more.
We don't have to go through all of them.
Yeah. I'm OCD about this. There's like 4 more. We're finishing them. 1943, the American patrol boat PT-109 is sunk by a Japanese destroyer during the Solomon Islands campaign of World War II, with its crew largely surviving thanks to the heroics of boat commander and future U.S. President John F. Kennedy. 1966, Charles Whitman kills 16 people and wounds 31 in Austin, Texas, first murdering his wife and mother, then shooting at random passerby from the clock tower at the University of Texas at Austin. 1972, the first article exposing the Watergate scandal by reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein appears in the Washington Post.
Fucking Bob Woodward.
1981, MTV begins broadcasting with The Buggles' Video Killed the Radio Star, the first video to air.
I could hear your smile.
Pete Cutters in
Cheshire.
Yeah, it's not that. But yeah, 1984. Pete Cutters in Cheshire, England stumble upon a 2,000-year-old preserved bog body, now known as the Lindo Man.
Can you go up so I can see this bog body?
What's a bog body?
I think it was just a preserved body that was found in a bog, which is like almost like a swamp. Is a bog? I'm going to look up what the bog is real quick.
Look up the Lindo Man. Lindau Man.
A bog is a freshwater wetland of soft, spongy ground consisting mainly of partially decaying plant matter.
So he was smoked and put there. That's where you put somebody who you smoked.
But 2,000 years ago. So it probably wasn't like that.
They were definitely smoking people 2,000 years ago.
What is the Lindau Man?
Anything back then.
The Lindau Man, also known as Lindau 2, what the fuck, and in jest as Pete Marsh, wow, is the preserved bog body of a man discovered in the peat bog of Linden Moss near Winslow. Basically just what you said. Why is he important? It's the first discovery in Britain of a well-preserved bog body. That's why he's important.
Because it's a fucking bog body, bro. It's a big fucking
When I go, I want to be a bog body.
Yeah.
I can't even say that, bro.
This guy fucking wanted to be a bog body. Y'all took him out of the bog.
Put him back in the bog.
Yeah, put him back in the bog.
That's why you're not prospering like back in the days, Britain. You fucked it up for yourself.
And it's disrespectful that you put him in a museum and you advertise him as a bog body when now he's a museum body.
Yeah, he's no longer a bog body.
No longer a bog body.
We do not condone that.
If you want to make money off the bog body,
put him in a bog.
Have to bring the stand to the bog.
Yeah, right now you need to say we have a museum body.
Yeah. Put him in a case, in a bog. Hike people out there.
That was a really long this day in history.
there was a lot that happened on August 1st.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen on any August 1st. The funny thing is you said you have to come back next year to hear about August 1st, but the next time we'll talk about August 1st is like 6 years from now.
I said 7 years.
You said...
And I didn't say August 1st.
You did. You said next year, and you said...
I didn't...
It doesn't matter. Either way, with the leap year, it's 6 years, right?
Guys, if you're liking and enjoying the episode and want us to make some more great content for you, you could go down to the bottom and click support the show. It's either like a one-time $3 charge, or you can give $3 every month, and that would really help. We could just keep making some good episodes for you. If you can't do that, we ask that you go and rate us in whichever platform that you listen to, and share us wherever you can. It means a lot to us, so we can keep making some great episodes for you guys, the listeners, the ones that we do it for the most. Thank you.
I was talking about it would be 7 years to... Are you talking about Winter Olympics?
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying...
We're talking about two different things. It doesn't really matter. Do you want to go into today's articles, or do you have anything... Do you have anything cool from your weekend you did? I did a couple things this weekend. If you didn't do anything. I purchased the Flash movie.
Okay, how's that? Don't spoil anything.
Decent.
That doesn't sound good.
It felt like a better Batman movie than a Flash movie. I'm not spoiling anything. It's in the trailers.
Better than a Batman movie?
Better than a Batman movie that's came out recently.
That's not bad.
No, I don't know. It was just the coolest parts were the Michael Keaton parts, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I did that. And I worked a whole shit load, which I know I always say, but literally I worked earlier today and I had like the most inconsiderate people, bro.
Yeah. What'd they do?
So there's no problem if you want to be the first guests to come in the restaurant, right? We open at 11:30. It's cool. First guest in there. They asked if they could like go to the beach while they're waiting for the food and stuff. I said, yeah, no big deal. Bruh, it's 5:00. They're all at the beach. Still.
They've been there for like 6 hours.
Since 11:30, so 4.5 hours. And I told the guy at 4:25, like, hey, yo, like, we're changing shifts. There's a new server. Like, we need you to close out. And the guy said, okay. And I walked away.
Were they ordering drinks or anything?
No, haven't ordered anything since like 2:15. Guy says, okay. A girl is bussing the table. This lady who's, bless her heart, but she's from Haiti, so she doesn't speak the best English. His first language isn't English either. So he asks her in English, what time do you close? She says 10:00. He says, good, I'm not ready to close out yet, and just walks to the beach. It's like, bro, what? Like, dude, that was not cool at all.
Damn, son.
Yeah, bro. This new manager that we have that's cool. He's like a fill-in manager. He's like works at corporate.
Yeah.
He went down to the beach and told them like, hey, yo, you can't stay at the table this long. You were our first guest today. We're more than happy to accommodate people for like 2 or 3 hours, but you've been here too long.
And you're not even here.
Yeah, you're not even up here. And then they said to me, these people had the nerve to say to me, they're like, oh, since we paid the 20% and we rented the table, can we still put our stuff here? And I'm like, no, you didn't pay 20% to rent the table. You paid 20% because you're a large party, and that's a gratuity.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Dude, they literally want to leave their stuff there. They're like, we don't want to get you in trouble. I'm like, you're not going to get me in trouble. They're going to move your stuff or take it to Lost and Found.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's going to happen. It's like, we just don't want to take our stuff onto the beach. I'm like, why? Like,
go put it in your car.
Literally. Bro, they were just using our parking lot, basically. And, like, they ordered a couple bottles of wines. The funny thing was it was an 8-top, right? Their total was, like, $270, which is fine, but not for 5.5 hours.
Right.
And Not when there's a 5-top next to you that their bill is $260 and they were there for 40 minutes. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
You want me to wait on you like that? Like, I need to go home, sir.
Right.
I don't know. That was just, I don't like people like that. It gave me inspiration for a joke about people who go out to eat with their kids and they take care of their kids. And people who go out to eat with their kids and they let them do whatever they want. Like, that table literally let their kid run up to me when I was at another table, like greeting them. And the girl goes, excuse me, excuse me. I go, yes. Like, while I'm greeting this other table. And she goes, can I have a spoon? So I was like, yeah, I'll be right there. And I finished doing my thing with the table. I take the spoon over to the little girl. She takes it, like jumps, dives in the sand, starts digging in the sand with it. I'm just like, bro, this is why you interrupted me while I'm working. I don't know, man. It just isn't a very kosher look for like, right. And I bet you could guess that. Like, I love that foreign people help pay our bills, but I don't like how they think that they can just stay for.
That's definitely rude.
Half the day. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I would have like given the tip back if they would have left 2 hours earlier.
Like, the problem is, like, a lot of these foreign people, their culture is just like different, you know.
But like, we can just stay forever.
Yeah, like they don't tip or anything like that. And also, a lot of places don't get as busy as the island does.
It gets super busy out there because now everyone's out there is just tourists.
Parking spaces like that.
Yeah, bro. I also figured out that I'm probably moving to Austin either in March or what's like 5 months after that?
August?
Like August, yeah. Of next year.
That'd be dope.
Yep. I'm going to be moving on. Next chapter of the life, bro.
Getting out of Florida.
It's like the same kind of deal, right? Texas is Florida.
Yeah, it sounds awful. Sounds like an awful swap.
But there's more comedy.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going up, you're not going down.
I think it'll be better for my job. By then, I promise you, I'll be at least doing gigs at colleges. I'll be making money off comedy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, do you want me to go into any of my articles, or do you want to start?
You can hop in. I already did the one.
Oh, yeah, your intro. So this one's kind of a dark one and a nice one. It's the body of a climber missing since 1986 was discovered on a melting Swiss glacier.
Since when? 1986?
Yes, sir. Since 1 year before I was born.
37 years?
Yeah, the body was discovered by climbers hiking along the Theodule Glacier in Zermatt, which, with DNA test confirms, was the body belonged to a 38-year-old German man who went missing in September of 1986.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, you can still see it. Shows, if you want to look real quick, it shows like his shoe and shit. And like, yeah, it's pretty gnar.
He was probably preserved because he was in that ice.
Yeah, it says he went missing, like you said, 37 years ago. The DNA test confirmed it was the 38-year-old man. He was found on July 12th, and the identification of the mountain climber who had been missing since then, he had been reported missing after not returning from a hike. Could you imagine being like, oh, yeah, family, I'm going to go hiking. Yeah, I'm just going to go by myself. I do it every weekend.
He probably didn't even tell anybody where he was going.
Because it was fucking 1986, and you didn't have answering machines back then.
A lot of times now even people don't tell people when they go into national parks and camping and shit.
Right? I mean, they always say you should.
Always.
It said they wouldn't give more like details about his identity or the circumstances of his death besides the fact that he was on the hike and he was a German dude.
Maybe he was a German spy caught up in some espionage.
Yeah, and all it was that picture that I showed you that belonged to the hiker.
And maybe the CIA smoked him.
Why the CIA, bro? Why the CIA?
I don't know, maybe the FBI, I don't know. Put him up on that mountain and he just froze there for 37 years.
Are we a conspiracy podcast now? Because I got a conspiracy for you.
No, we're not conspiracy. I was just touching down,
Okay.
saying this could have happened.
What's your favorite conspiracy
Um,
that you believe is true?
it's very controversial.
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Like this next part, guys, is not anything that we're reporting. This is just stuff that we believe that's stupid. And we're stupid. We're dumb. Daniel's probably not as dumb as me. He's probably about to say it. But all I'm saying is that don't take this next stuff literal. Anyways, what's your favorite controversial fucking conspiracy theory that you believe in?
I don't think America went to the moon. Well, I think we did, but I don't think we did that first time. Don't give me that. You told me it's fine. Go ahead.
It's fine. It's okay. The only reason why I made that noise is because I literally wrote a joke about that, how I believe that one is bullshit. But I believe I'm crazy enough to be like, you know what I do think is real? The fact that aliens made the pyramids. The fact that...
I feel like that one's more crazy.
Yeah. You know another crazy one? You waiting?
I'm waiting in anticipation.
This G-spot thing we've been told exists.
It does not.
That's the most crazy conspiracy I ever heard. Like, they're like, oh, you're just not doing it right. Are you sure?
I don't know. It moves whenever we go. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I heard this thing that like only, this could be like not a true statement because I heard this like on that Dr. whatever sex lady, Ruth or whatever. What's it, you know what I'm talking about? The old lady, sex lady from the 90s. Yeah. She basically said like only 40 or 50% of women have it. And it's always, like you said, in a different spot.
Yeah. It was in a different spot.
You better hope your dick curves the right.
Hides from you.
Yeah, you better hope your dick curves the right way.
I'd have that curvy one.
Or maybe just the straight stick will do you right. You never know which one. Sorry, Mom. I know you listen to this podcast.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, God, I'm going to let him just keep running with this.
Hey, he looked at me funny, so I knew to say sorry. Anyways, did you hear about, this is like off topic, but hear about Twitter, how they changed their logo from the bird?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. What is it? An X?
It's just a fucking X. For you guys that don't know, I just did like the X with my arms, like so stupid.
Jeez.
Yeah, man. I don't know. They just changed it over. It's that X now. So
yeah, I don't know why they changed it to an X.
It's pretty strange going from the Twitter bird to an X. Like, I mean, the Twitter with the tweeting of the bird made sense. Now, an X just being there, it's kind of like, it's almost like either like, it was what I would imagine DMX would do if he like actually knew how to use the internet.
Well, what is Elon Musk owns Twitter now, right?
He does. Yeah. He's the one who changed it.
Okay, so now he has one logo that's a T, one that's an X.
No, he doesn't have the T anymore because he owns Twitter. Tesla. He turned Twitter. Oh, okay. Yeah. He does. Yeah, okay.
And then what's the logo of SpaceX?
Is it just an X? Is he all about X's? TXX? What is that?
Is he like, trying to spell something?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to like do something.
Is he sending us a message?
Bro, you want to hear something funny that I saw? Did you ever play Fallout?
No, but I know the premise of the game.
Okay, so there's one called Fallout New Vegas, and there's this guy, Mr. House, and he's like in this like basically hyper chamber. He's from before the war, and his consciousness, like his body's being kept alive in this like crazy cryopod, but his brain is plugged into this computer, and he runs everything from the computer. And there's a new mod for the game that turns that guy on the computer into Elon Musk, and literally, it's his face, it's his voice, it's everything. And the fucked up thing is he's not really a hero and he's not really a villain. He's just like a statistics, like numbers survival guy. And that like the bad guy, he's not really the bad guy, but he's like, hey, we're going to do these things that are fucked up because numbers, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just funny that they decided like, hey, you're Elon Musk now.
Yeah. I wonder if Elon Musk gets profit off that.
Definitely not. It's like a user mod, like someone
it's
made
not like
that.
a skin, like a buy.
No, you don't. Those aren't like Fallout's not like that. Like they're so old, the games. It's just like user created mods now.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of off topic a little bit. So you want to get into the next article?
Yeah. So my next article is an unemployed man dresses as a cop and works alongside real traffic policemen for 2 months.
So you just like want to be a traffic cop?
Just wanted to get his name out there. An unemployed man in Russia.
Oh, Russia, nice.
Yeah. So he did it during the whole situation that's going on. He wanted to be a policeman. An unemployed man in Russia managed to live out his dream of being a traffic policeman by putting on a fake police uniform and going on patrols with actual traffic inspectors for 2 months.
Nobody was even like anything. They're just like, yeah, you could just be our guy.
Tired of sitting around all day, Victor, a 48-year-old unemployed man from Russia's Stavropol region, bought himself a realistic-looking police uniform and joined the ranks of law enforcement officers in the village of Piatigorsky.
Perovsky.
There you go. Yours sounded better.
Yeah, I just did it with an accent.
Relying on his traffic inspector attire, great acting skills, and enviable self-confidence, the man patrolled the streets of Piatigorsky, actively stopping negligent drivers and educating them on various traffic rules. It is unclear why Victor chose this specific profession, or whether he actually took any bribes from motorists during his voluntary service.
Shit, that's awesome.
But his career was short-lived. 2 months after joining the ranks of the Stavropol Traffic Police, his cover was blown.
Wait, before you go too far, I just imagine, like, this dude's at home. He's so bored. He's like, screw it, dude. I got like $600. I can get like a suit. I'll work this out. And then he just goes and he hangs out with these dudes. And then he's like, this is awesome. I'm going to start telling people what they're doing wrong.
How's he paying his bills?
He was retired, so maybe he was in the military.
He was only 48.
Yeah, but in Russia, do you have to be part of the military? I think you do.
It doesn't say retired anywhere. It just says unemployed. It says unemployed a lot.
It does say unemployed a lot.
Yeah, I don't see retired. He's 48.
Maybe he's lives at homes with his parents.
Maybe. But while checking footage from the body cams of traffic inspectors out on parole on Pervomaiskaya Street in Piatigorsky, authorities noticed that there were actually 5 inspectors on duty, despite official records only mentioning 4. Footage from the 5th officer's body cam was also conveniently missing. And when trying to identify the 5th traffic inspector, they found he was no policeman. An investigation showed that Victor had gone on patrol with the 4 actual traffic inspectors at least 5 times since May. And none of them had reported anything bizarre about him.
He just showed up and he was like, hey, where are we going today, guys? They're like, just hop in, Vic.
The would-be cop admitted to impersonating a police officer and was charged with traffic violations, illegal wearing of official uniforms, and obstruction of the performance of police duties.
It doesn't sound like it's as big of a deal as like it is here, like impersonating a police officer.
Well, actually here it says, Victor actually got off easy for his stint as a traffic police officer. His colleagues in the last couple of months were not so lucky.
Whoa, they got in trouble?
They are now facing charges of fraud, but deny the accusations, claiming that they had never met Victor before May and have never had any dealings with him.
Damn, homie. I thought it was like, oh, you're in trouble because you let him get away with it.
No.
Bro, that's a crazy thing. Can you imagine?
Those guys got to hate Victor.
Can you imagine, like, so he really wanted to be a cop. So just imagine, dude, you're a 25-year-old kid. You're like, I know a way to get onto the San Francisco 49ers field. I can do it.
He's 48.
Right, but I'm saying I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Like I'm just saying like change it around a little bit.
Yep.
You decide I'm gonna do what this guy did. I'm inspired by him. I'm gonna sneak onto this field. I'm gonna get a jersey. There's some pads I already know. I'm just gonna start practicing with him, man. I'm just gonna get on that 53-man roster. Just make sure everybody knows my name and how important I am. You know.
I mean, but you'd have to outperform people.
Right. But obviously, for 2 months, he was doing traffic copying good enough to where the other guys were like, hey, we don't have to work as hard when Vic's around. You know? Vic's cool.
Yeah, but being a traffic worker is a lot easier than being one of the 53 best men on a football team.
Agreed. But there's also so much talent in America that doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, well, I mean, if that happened, he wouldn't get in trouble. If he was good enough, they'd be like, you know what? We're gonna overlook the fact that you snuck onto this field.
And you're gonna play
We're gonna sign you
to a rookie contract.
You're not gonna be a millionaire, but you're gonna be 100,000-aire.
I'm okay. Listen, the thing is, have you seen the thing about what's his face? Used to play for the Jags, then played for the Eagles as a backup. Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
You seen about him?
Did not see anything about him.
So there's this like article going around there, like he still sleeps on a mattress he found in college next to a dumpster and drives his Acura that was his high school graduation present. And they're like, oh, how much more frugal could you be? It's like, bro, look at that guy's mustache.
He's saving money.
He's saving all the money, bro. And it's smart. That's like that one, who was that baseball player who signed? He was a pitcher and he signed like some 2-year deal and he still lived in a fucking conversion van behind a Walmart.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name, but I know he played for the Tigers.
And he was like proud of it. He's like I don't need nothing.
Yeah. He was loving it. That's like Marshawn Lynch. He didn't cash any of his name checks.
He just straight up put them right in his bank, right?
Yep. He lives off like endorsements.
Well, dude, the second he had that Beast Mode, he made Beast Mode a brand, and then you said,
he got like an endorsement by Skittles.
Yeah,
just
because
by eating Skittles on the sideline.
Yeah, dude, no one else could eat Skittles on the sideline of an NFL game, and then come on,
well,
bro.
And this one has to be like one of the best.
I
don't know if you've ever heard, but July 1st is actually called Bobby Bonilla Day.
I've heard of it. Yeah, we've talked about it multiple times.
And it's because he gets $1.19 million.
We missed it by a month.
Every July 1st.
For like, what, 30, 40 years?
No, for the rest of his life, I think.
Really? No. Really?
Oh, no, until 2035. Until 2035, and he's 59 right now.
Yeah, but he got it from 2011 till then.
Something.
That's a lot of money for 20 years. It's money. And he played, what, 1 year?
For 24 years.
Yeah, but he played 1 year.
Like injured or some shit, and then like he didn't play anymore.
They got
gets paid forever. Like it's like the best contract negotiate. This has to be taught in schools.
Bro, speaking of celebrities, I texted you the other day. Tracy McGrady was at my work.
I know, T-Mac, one of the greatest.
He is the greatest. And you know what's really funny is we have this Hispanic lady. She was serving him, and she's like, he was not very. What's the word she used? She's like, he was not very polite. He didn't say please or thank you. And Sean was there. And Sean's like, he doesn't have to thank you for anything. We need to thank him for all the great highlights he gave us.
It's true.
Oh, I know. Dan was kind of piggybacking on it. I had to go to my table, but I was like, that's funny.
He put up like what was that performance he put up? Like,
he's easily I don't even know basketball that well, but I know he's easily a top 10 player all time and probably top 5 player.
Yeah, but he's the one that put up like, what was it, like 19 points, or not 19, but it was like 12 points in like 18 seconds or something.
Something stupid where like you can't do it. He's so tall, bro.
All right, so if you type it in, it just comes back 13 points and 33.
How tall is he? He's like 7'6" or 7'4".
No.
He
wasn't like a center.
He was so much taller than me, bro.
Hold on, let's find out.
He was 6'8"? No.
Wingspan 7'2".
Okay.
That's his wingspan.
All right, well that's
6'8".
why
He's 6'8".
that's why it was so weird to me is because when he was sitting down, bro, you know when you see someone you can tell they're tall because their arms are so big, like you see a head and a body, but then there's like way more arm than there should be. That was him when he was eating, bro.
Oh, yeah, his wingspan's like
he's
taller than him.
He's one of those humans that like he's disproportionate, and that's why he's really good at basketball. That's like Darius Leonard, right? Like his wingspan's like an extra like half foot bigger than him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. OJ, Octavius, who we used to work with, played against him in college, and he said Darius Leonard's wingspan was so big that when you'd run into him, like you're running back and you run into him, he'd wrap you up so much that his arms would go around you and come back and touch him. Like he's like, I'm grabbing onto myself. You're not getting away.
That's nuts.
That's a huge wingspan, bro.
That's a big boy.
You're the big boy. Darius Leonard's a big boy. Yeah, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty crazy about
traffic stop.
The traffic stop guy. Like I couldn't impersonate anybody and get away with it. I mean, I'm not good at impressions.
I mean, he didn't even get paid, so.
Yeah, but think of the empowerment he had when he walked up to people
And gave him tickets.
and they're like, okay, yes, sir.
You know, all those tickets have to be voided.
It's Russia. It's not America.
There's no way they can honor tickets of somebody who was not a police officer.
I mean, you're right, but I could see Russia being like, you still committed the crime.
I don't know.
I do. I just see it. I'm not saying it 100% happened, but I got some more some more sad news.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, I think we all pretty much know at this point, but Pee Wee Herman actor and creator Paul Reubens dies from cancer at the age of 70.
70?
He was 70 years old. It says Paul Reubens, the actor and comedian who was also Pee Wee Herman, which we all know, is an overgrown child with tight gray suit and this unforgettable, silly laugh. I can't even fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I don't have very much attachment to Pee Wee.
Because he was.
I ever watched his
It
shows.
says he is a 1980s pop cultural phenomenon. So like, I was born in the 80s and he was still kind of popular in the early 90s. Did you know that Lawrence Fishburne, who's also Morpheus, was originally a recurring character on Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was a cowboy that wore all purple. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, the only shows I ever remember watching was Barney, Power Rangers, and then Rocket Power.
So I'm working on this joke right now where I actually said this to someone at a party the other day. They go, Drew, how old are you? And I go, you know how there's different age groups of people? And they're like, yeah. And I go, the different age groups of people grew up with different hosts of Blue's Clues. She goes, yeah, who is your host? And I go, I'm too old for fucking Blue's Clues.
Right.
And she was like, wait, what? And I was like, Blue's Clues came out when I was like old enough to where my brother and like his younger friends liked it. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm watching Ninja Turtles and Transformers, and like Pee Wee Herman was my Blue's Clues, which is probably why I'm more fucked up. You know?
I just don't remember watching too much TV.
You didn't. You like to play outside a lot, and it was usually when you were eating that I think you'd watch TV because mom made you come in to eat. Like we had that childhood where it was like, go outside.
Open
it doesn't
door.
matter. It doesn't matter. That's 103 degrees outside.
Open door. It doesn't matter what time it is.
When you say open door, like it didn't mean we could come in. Like we could come in sometimes, but like they would kick us out of the house.
Oh,
for sure.
yeah. I mean, like open door to leave.
Yeah. Not open door. Like,
Yeah.
like if me and the other kid across the street, like the other old kid, were picking on you and your buddy, like Sean, who are younger than us, and you came in, you try to tattle on us, the parents would just be like, go outside and figure it out your goddamn selves.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't let us come back inside. A lot of times they'd keep us out of the house.
Yeah, just to be like, hey, you're little, like 6 little boys are too much to manage.
Dude, I remember there were teenagers that lived in the house next to us. And we decided there was like 8 of us, and we were like, we're going to throw water balloons.
Bro,
at
I've
them.
told this story so many times.
Well, so we go and we throw the water balloons at them.
That was one where we had the launcher, right? And we like ding dong door ditched them, and they like pulled one of us inside. It was Steve, right?
Yeah, and they threw him off the dock because he came back soaking
Was
wet.
it Steve or was it Sean?
It was Steve. And then
Why do we choose the slowest one of all of us?
I don't know. Yeah,
I thought it was Sean because Sean was the quickest.
Maybe it was Sean, but I feel like it was Steve. I feel like Sean would have got away.
Sean would have got away, but we
anyways.
can ask him.
Yeah. Anyways, we all ran away and we ran back to the Shannon's house and we tried to go inside.
Mike said no.
And Mike said, no, it's a beautiful day outside.
And there
we
was
were like,
I think me
my
and Matt
goodness.
had Kelly and someone else chasing us, and we ran around the corner, and we were about to go in the sand room,
I remember being right there.
and right as we opened the door, Mike goes, "No, it's a beautiful day," and we're just like, "But they're coming, they're right behind, ah!" And like they ran up right on us, and Mike
it
was
was so
like,
bad.
"What's happening here?" And like the whole situation kind of got diffused because he was there, but we thought that like if we didn't stall until they got there with him there, that they were gonna throw us through the sand room into the kitchen and kill us right there. And like
They were a lot older, a lot bigger.
like when you say a lot older, like I think the oldest one of us was Matt, who was maybe 12 at that time, and the youngest one of them was like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And like the only reason we like to fuck with them is because
They tried to fuck with us sometimes too.
Dude, I remember
this one tried to run us over.
Bro, I remember one time I was just going to this Rumba's house down the street, and
They
like
threw eggs at us off the roof. They said you guys can use our dock, and then whenever we went to go use the dock, they threw eggs at us as we walked
I remember.
by.
I remember one time I was just going to this Rumba's or like Sammy's house or something, and they were like out there, and they were like, "Hey," and you know, whenever in the '90s you just call people homosexual slurs, like whenever you're mad at them. So he said something like that, and then I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm going to play Legos with my buddy, and then my fucking he hits me with this like washcloth, but it was like wet and like sticky and gross. They like dipped these washcloths in like raw egg yolks and just like whipped us. And I just remember
the eggs.
I didn't try to like run or fight back. I just like whimpered a little bit and said, "You're mean," while they did it to me as I walked over there to play the Legos.
That's funny.
It's like, what do you do? You're just like, okay.
Yeah, it's not like you can like fight them.
There's like two of you, and I'm like 11 years old, and
exactly.
Like I'm also like, I know I look big,
but wait
like,
till I get my numbers up. We're gonna come fuck with you guys too.
Yeah, and we did do that.
We had to do it in like bunches though. There was,
but
like,
I also remembered I was like that little kid that where I got to like where I was going. I think it was Sammy's house. I like told her, their mom, and she didn't like go be mean to the kids, but she like cleaned me up and gave me like pops or something, like some shit we didn't have at home. Like, yeah, all right, I'll take that beating. Like the thing is like when older kids would beat us up, like not really beat us up because you didn't get beat up, you really pretty much fought everyone back. But when I get beat up by like way older kids, like I don't know that like it ever really like I never got knocked out or anything. It was just like a okay.
I got knocked out.
I never got knocked out, but like what I'm saying is like I just like built a pain tolerance. Like I was never like a good fighter, but it was like some people would just be like, "Yeah, I beat you up," and I'm like, "Did you though? Did you beat me up, or like are you just done? Are you just tired now?" Like because I'm not done. I'm okay. I'm fine.
I can still go a little
I'm
bit.
just bleeding. Like I can't probably punch as hard as you, but like I could also just keep joking about this the whole time.
Yeah, no, I got knocked out one time. I just woke up in a park.
They left you there? That's good, because a lot of times people try to hurt people more when they're knocked out.
I don't know what they did after. I know I woke up. I was covered in blood. And we originally had went over there. It was me, this kid Compton, and this kid Bobo. Because one of the kids in the park had jumped Bobo like 2 days earlier with some other kids, but none of the other kids were there. So he thought that he could jump this kid while he was with these other kids. And apparently these kids were friends with him as well. And I remember Compton didn't want to go over there.
Fucking Compton.
Yeah, he didn't want to go over there. And when we went over there, Bobo got hit in the face pretty quickly.
Just like punched.
Yep. And then I hit the kid that hit Bobo, and then immediately got
I think you
dropped.
told me this story one time before.
Yep. And then I remember there was like 3 kids like literally like shaw booting me, you know. So I don't know if once I went out they stopped, but
They probably didn't. They probably don't know. You don't know right away when someone goes out.
Yeah, but I mean, I was in a solid fetal position, you know. I had my face and my head covered pretty well. So then Bobo woke me up, and he asked
Usually
me,
like one kick to the head or the back of the head will do it.
and he asked me where Compton was,
He wasn't there, huh?
and I asked him where we were.
Oh, so nobody had an answer for anything.
And then once I finally started coming to, we went back to the fucking apartment, and Compton was sitting outside the apartment just waiting on us. And Compton, the first thing he said was, "I told you guys you shouldn't have walked over there." And Bobo just cocked back and blasted him in his shit so hard.
Just Compton just like got smashed by Bobo.
He ate it. I mean, he did well eating it, but Bobo was mad, and he was like, I mean, if we're going to be fucked up, you have to be fucked up too.
I mean,
He didn't like just hop on him and just start wailing. He just stuck him one time in his face.
right.
It's kind of like you saw us getting beat up
And you
walked
didn't help.
away. You
Yeah.
walked away.
You gotta you gotta get beat up a little bit with your friends.
You didn't even just stand there and be like, hey, just keep beating him up, and whenever you're done, I'm going to help him out. You know, no, you left.
I'm thinking, is that a thing people do? Like, hey, yo, like, I'm not going to stop you.
I'm like the medic, you know, you don't hit the medic.
You don't kill the medic, but like, I'm going to doctor him up when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just wait. I want to wake him up. Someone's got to take him to the hospital. Look at what you're doing.
I'm hospital guy, bro.
Yeah.
So don't take me out. But he didn't even say none of that. Here's the deal. In my experience, if you're not part of a fight and your friends are there and you want to help them, you're not
He never said he wanted to help.
But if you're not pulled into it, what you do is you use that to your advantage. Like, I don't know. Maybe I watch too much wrestling. Get a weapon. Get a chair. Get fucking I don't know. I'm a big person, so I can pick up a table. But like, I've seen people break signs out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? In public places,
bro. It takes so much time to like everything happens so fast.
No, yeah. When people talk about fights and they think like, oh, I could do this and that and that, it's like most fights are over within 10 seconds.
It's very fast, dude, and it escalates even quicker. Like, we go over there knowing there's going to be some sort of issue, but you don't think, oh, I need to grab a pipe or I need to grab any sort of weapon, because you're like, I'm with two of my buddies right now.
No, but what I'm saying is if I'm not in the middle of the fight and I'm outside of it, and I'm not your brother, I'm just your friend. I'm hanging out there. You're getting stomped and I'm watching it. I immediately am looking around for a thing I can pick up so I can smash one of these kids in the head with that thing.
I'm just saying, this isn't like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No, I don't think that.
Like, it's not like a long, prolonged fight where it's like, all right, halfway through I'm getting my ass beat, so someone tossed me the nunchucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you get hit and shit just starts going blurry real quick.
Exactly. I don't know how we got off topic, though, off Pee Wee Herman so quickly. We can get back to that, but I just wanted to say that Pee Wee had Mr. Rubens, anyways. Apparently he had cancer for the last 6 years, and he came out with a statement before he died that said, "Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing over the last 6 years. I've always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, my fans, and my supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you." Yeah.
Well, that's a sad thing to read.
Well, that's kind of like remember his name's Chadwick Boseman, right? The guy who played Black Panther.
Yep.
He did the same exact thing, bro. Like, he literally had cancer and didn't tell anyone.
That's what that Virgil guy did too.
There was that interview with him where they said, "Tell us about Black Panther 2." And he smiles and he goes, "I can't." Well, because before they go, "Can you tell us anything? Or can you blah, 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 blah?" And he's like, I can't really divulge facts about the movie. You know how Marvel goes. And he goes, "All right, well, just give us one little thing about Black Panther 2." And he just smiles and he goes, "I'll be dead." And like smiles, and they all kind of laugh because it's like, you're not gonna die. You're Black Panther. You're not gonna die. But like,
damn, that's an interview.
You can find that interview where he literally says that, bro. And it's like, and he smiles with like the kindest smile. Like, I've been hiding this from all my other Marvel friends. Like, none of them even knew, dude.
That's crazy.
And the only way that like anyone knew anything is that like the last movie he was on, he had to take like a week break because he got real sick, and he came back and he lost 10 pounds, and he said he had COVID or something, or lied and like try to cover it up. Like, "Oh, I just got real sick. I threw up a lot. Like, I know I don't look good, but like, it's fine. Like, I've been working at," like, he started, this is how hardcore he is that when he was dying, when he was doing that thing, he started working out enough to where it like hid the fact that he was dying. Like, oh no, he's gaining weight back. He's got some muscle again. He really was just had like the flu or whatever. And then he just like, because he had fucking really bad cancer. And he just hid it from everyone and everything because he's like, I got these kids that need to like look up to me.
That's crazy, dude.
Isn't that nuts, bro? Like, how could you be that humble and that awesome of a dude to be like, no one, what good is this going to do in the world if anyone knows, you know? And that's why Paul Rubens, who, granted, he wasn't doing Black Panther-y things while he had the cancer, but he didn't tell people. He didn't want people to know for the last 6 years, like, is today the day Paul Rubens is going to die?
Right.
You know? I don't know, man. I just think it sucks he's gone. It's cool that he hid that from everybody, because lots of times they'll tell you, you got 3 months to live from this cancer. and then you live 6 fucking years, you know?
Right.
I'm sorry that was so dark, but I just fucking grew up on the Pee-wee. I love the Pee-wee. I know we didn't really touch on his weird stuff in the theater.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to get disrespectful on that. That's all I really
I'm
know
not trying to
about
get
him.
disrespectful either. Everyone makes mistakes, and if that's the worst thing the man did, you know, there's way worse things. Like, we still love Michael Jackson. No disrespect there either. Whatever.
The Jacks.
Hell, man. I still love Mike Tyson, and that guy bit a dude's ear off, and I'm pretty sure he hit a woman in the face. So, still love him. We all make mistakes. Michael Vick, prime example. Still love that guy. Fucking did dog fighting. And you know, last podcast, I talked about how much I love dogs. Still like Michael Vick. We make mistakes. We can come back from them. You know? So
Right.
Pee Wee Herman did that in my eyes. R.I.P. Pee Wee. R.I.P. Paul Rubens. I'm glad that you were around. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. Well, I have one more, and it's kind of dark.
My last one's a funny McDougal one, so that's good. We'll end on
Mine's like a mix.
Ooh, I like it. It'll segue nice. Segue.
I don't
nice.
know.
You like
Some
the
people
word?
might not think it's funny at all.
You like the word segue?
Yeah.
I think segue is a funny word.
I think it's one of those things where, you know, it's so bad and so unbelievable.
Okay.
So the title is Couple Sell 8-Month-Old Baby to Buy a New iPhone.
Wait, can you say what?
To buy a new iPhone 14, actually.
Can you say the whole thing again?
A couple sell an 8-month-old baby to buy a new iPhone 14. It's like open human trafficking.
It's like, hey, China, you produced the iPhone 14, so I'll sell you my baby.
A heartless couple in India.
It starts a heartless couple in India.
That's it. A heartless couple in India was reportedly arrested
You're not near your mic.
for selling their 8-month-old baby to buy an iPhone 14 and make Instagram reels while traveling. They couldn't go with like an iPhone like 10, you know, or something like that, you know, to make the reels. They had to have the iPhone 14, so the baby had to go. Last week, Indian media reported the shocking case of a young couple from West Bengal who were so obsessed with Apple's newest handheld that they sold their toddler in order to buy one.
Jesus.
Jaydev and Sahi Ghosh.
His name's Jay?
Jaydev.
Oh, Jaydev.
Started attracting the attention of their neighbors in North 24 Perganas when they started traveling around the state and flashing their brand new Apple iPhone 14.
It's a big deal over there.
The couple had been known to earn a meager monthly income. This blast these guys. Meager monthly income.
They're heartless. They don't make any money, and they had a nice phone.
And
Get
had
'em.
often struggled financially in the past, so the drastic change didn't make any sense, especially since it had coincided with the mysterious disappearance of their 8-month-old son.
My best part, my most favorite part of this is that they share the iPhone together.
Yeah. And it says they weren't concerned about their missing son. The couple's neighbors notified the local authorities about the disappearance of their toddler after they couldn't get a straight answer from them about his sudden disappearance.
They're like, yeah, he just kind of like disappeared. He like walked away. It was crazy. He learned to walk one day, and the next day he's gone.
Yeah, he was out of here.
He just fucking walked out.
During the police investigation that followed, the mother Sahi admitted to selling the 8-month-old boy to a woman so she and Jaydev could buy an iPhone 14 and create Instagram reels while traveling around the state of Bengal together.
Wow. It sounds like she had a plan, though.
Yeah, I mean, a horrible plan. And why would you admit to that? You couldn't come up with anything better. Well, you know, we couldn't afford the baby, so we needed to get rid of him to somebody who could afford him. And we
we
figured,
didn't want to go through
what
the
better
system.
way to prove that you can afford him other than give us money.
Give us an iPhone.
Exactly. Prove to us that you can afford a baby.
Right.
And
It's not a solid like argument, but it's way better than telling the truth there.
Way better than the iPhone 14 story, guys.
Which is like obviously the real story.
After interrogation, the mother admitted to the crime and informed that she and her husband wanted to use the money to take trips across the state so that they could create content for Instagram Reels.
Good for them.
As if selling their toddler son wasn't bad enough, the young parents allegedly attempted to sell their 7-year-old daughter as well.
Shit, dude.
But were unsuccessful. The police were able to track down the 8-month-old toddler to the house of one Priyanka Ghosh.
Did they take the 7-year-old away from the family and then give it to the person who bought the 8-month-old? Because they fucking should have.
I don't know. A resident of Karda in the same district. She and the baby's parents have been charged with human trafficking.
That's terrible.
What did I tell you? I nailed it.
Terrible.
Unfortunately, I feel like I won this article. People have done some crazy things to get their hands on iPhones in the past. One man had been disabled for life after selling one of his kidneys for an iPhone.
That's insanity. Like, imagine just selling your kidney. That's like a silly thing.
Do you need your kidney? It disables you?
I mean, if you don't have... So
why would he say... I feel like people have removed their kidneys.
They have. They've removed them. But here's the deal. Like, your body likes to have the two because it likes to have two kidneys. Lots of times you remove your kidney to save a dying sibling. Like, if both your kidneys failed...
How's it disable you?
Well, maybe he had diabetes or something. Maybe he had some other thing going on that, like, you need two kidneys to function regularly, and he got rid of it for an iPhone.
I don't know. It's vague.
You know how else it probably hurt him? He probably didn't do it in a hospital. You know what I'm saying? You're just like looking it up now. Just
going. He was 17 years old.
Fucking, his parents don't even care, bruh.
It says the 24-year-old is permanently disabled and dependent on dialysis.
Because his kidneys are fucked.
He did it for an iPhone 4.
Wow.
A 4. People sold a baby for a 10. This dude went disabled for a 4.
You know what's crazy is I had the one before that, so that makes me feel pretty old.
It cost him $3,200. Or that's how much he got for it on the black market.
He probably thought exactly what you thought. Like, I'm 17. I don't need two of these things. Look at him now.
Oh man, that's awful.
He looks like an Android user now.
Yeah, the doctor who did it told him he'd be able to live a normal life.
Well, yeah, of course he did.
I bet you that was a great deal too. Like, this dude doesn't sell, like, he doesn't harvest other people's kidneys and sell them on the black market. He doesn't know what kidneys go for on the black market. He's harvesting his own. He's doing one. This is a one-time deal. One and out, you know? He has no idea. He's like, yo, let me get $3,200. This doctor's like, bet, bro.
Yeah, no.
How soon can you be at my place?
How did you know I was going to offer you that? That's
how soon can you be here?
And then, like, some other doctor's like,
and then he shows up and he's like, oh, it's totally safe, dude. You're going to be fine.
They're like, it's $3,200 to be fine. Or if
Zero risk.
Or if you want to be on dialysis forever, we'll take the second kidney and we'll give you
that icy hot on your side.
We'll give you $80,000.
10 minutes.
Imagine though, he probably was like, if you throw in the second kidney, I'll give you another $60,000. He's like, wait, don't I need that?
Well, I won't say yes. I won't say no.
But like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just stay in this bathtub of ice.
Oh, see, it says, unfortunately, the operating environment wasn't sanitized properly.
Duh.
Infection in his wound.
Fucking duh. Yep, that's a fucking seltzer.
That's brutal. Okay, dude.
Yeah, you want to be dark. You said you wanted to be dark.
They got eventual compensation for $320,000.
Great, I'm on dialysis forever, and I'm a fucking teenager. I got 320. Jesus Christ, look at that scar. Dude.
I don't know why I laughed. I'm not laughing.
You laughed? You know why you laughed?
Jesus.
Because it's so... The doctor who told him that he'd be fine also he stitched him back up, and it looks like it was done in World War II by a field nurse.
Good Lord.
Dude, You can literally see every single hole and literally like where he stitched them up. And the third one from the bottom looks like he used a needle the size of an elephant needle, bruh. And the second one, the fourth from the top, bruh, he just literally was like, "It's fine. You don't need this. Here's your iPhone. I'll just give you the iPhone at $800. We'll call it even."
That is bad.
Jesus. Bro, I make jokes about like selling my right nut for something, but like, nah, man, not if the doctor's like, "You'll be fine." Like, I know I'm not going to be fine. You need to tell me that what's going to be wrong. You're just reading over there, huh?
Yeah, it's just crazy.
You know what I was thinking, bro? I was thinking we need to set our setup in here a little different for the podcast.
Yeah, we certainly should.
I was thinking that like if we could get another person who comes in on the podcast and gives a little commentary, but like a background, like a third person for the podcast. Like they don't read as much as us, and they kind of just commentary, but they're also like our Jamie in like where we're like, pull this up. And they already know all the articles in a list. And we have a TV somewhere, I don't know, wherever that's linked to the computer that they're running so that we don't have to fuck with this anymore, you know?
It'd make it easier.
I know we have some friends. If any of you guys want to possibly do that, just reach out to us, please. Because I'm going to be asking some of you guys soon. And
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. I think it's a good idea.
We know we have friends, and we just want to make it look...
You got a couple more than me.
Whoa. I think I'm very antisocial.
I think antisocial is the thing to be nowadays.
Whoa. Here's the deal. Don't you dare say that I do things because it's a thing to be.
You're always kind of a hipster.
What? You're saying I'm antisocial because I'm a hipster and not because I'm antisocial? You're laughing right now, but not making noises. This hurts my feelings, bro. You're laughing because you're like, I'm saying that.
I am not laughing at all.
Okay. Whatever, dude. My point is that like, I'm trying to be social for business purposes.
Yeah, well, I think you made friends when you were antisocial, so I don't know what the problem is.
I can make friends one-on-one, but like they're like, do you want to go hang out with six other people?
I know a lot of very popular antisocial people. It is definitely the thing to be.
So you think I'm a popular antisocial person?
I do believe so. I think you're socially awkward, but people love that.
Really? Because the other day, like, no, I'm not even going to talk about it. Fuck it. I'm not going to talk about that.
Does it have something to do with me or something to do with somebody who you were going to name?
No, I wasn't going to name anybody.
Oh.
I was just going to say, like, I said this girl was pretty in passing the other day, like, while I was drinking with my buddies. And they forced me to go talk to her, and I didn't know what to say. And I talked about myself like a loser. And, yeah. Then she was like, I'm going to go dance with my friends. And I go, you should totally do that because this conversation sucks and it's all because of me. And I didn't know where to take it. And I was just like,
just listen, dude. Nobody wants to listen to you. Everybody wants to talk.
Well, I wanted to ask questions, but I was drunk and I wasn't prepared to talk to this person. My friends were like, go talk to her. You know, it was one of those situations.
But that's what I learned about being a bartender, or while I was a bartender.
You just listen. But that's like one of my problems is like I don't treat like bartending life and stuff like that like very like in my regular life. And I'm just
saying that's where I got social, was from talking to people behind the bar.
Right.
And I don't really talk to people so much as just listen to them and then drop a little bit here, a little bit there. But no one goes to the bar and wants to hear about their bartender's problems.
No, they just want their bartender to say
Nobody wants to do that. They want to tell their bartender about their problems.
Yeah, and their bartender will just tell them like, oh, I think XYZ, and that's it.
But nobody wants to be like, oh, yo, so how was your weekend, you know? It's like, no, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm paying you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like free therapy, not free therapy, but cheaper therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. So,
and I get to find out what people suck. A lot of people suck.
A lot of people suck. A lot of them.
So you got the last article?
Yeah, is that the end of yours?
That was the end of mine.
Mine's stupid and silly. So, have you heard about that Chinese zoo that has like the fake bears.
I saw something about it earlier.
So I saw a picture and it was like, oh, these sun bears, they're like, and they're not endangered, but what's one step removed away from that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Protected or something?
Yeah, some ish like that. They're like right there. And it's like, they're like on the line. Like they were endangered before, you know? And this zoo supposedly has some. And the picture I saw, they're like, oh, it's not a person. And the picture I saw, it was like the back of the bear, and it was like folded up like a costume. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Really, really, really. But this says, the headline here says, our bears are real, the Chinese zoo says, denying that they're humans in disguise. A zoo in eastern China is denying that the suggestions that the bears might be people in costumes after the photos of the animals standing like humans circulated online. The sun bears from Malaysia are smaller than other bears and look different, but are the real thing, the Hangzhou Zoo said Monday on its social media account.
I mean, what would you expect them to say? You ever expect them to come out and be like, yeah, well, you know, we couldn't find any real ones.
It said, some people think I stand like a person, said the posting, written from the bear's point of view. It seems like you don't understand me very well. An employee who answered the phone at the zoo declined to talk about the bears, but said visits were being arranged for reporters Monday to see them, which sounds like we don't have the bears here now.
They'll come back on Monday.
And we'll have some real ones. Internet users questioned whether the zoo's bears were real after photos circulated showing one standing upright on slender hind legs. That was the one. It looked like, you know, like when my skinny jeans are kind of sagging some and they bunch a little bit in the butt. Yeah. It looked just like that, bro. Like there was no butt to fill out this bear's like fur. And unless this bear had like, I mean, I guess it's a thing that happens because bears gain weight when they hibernate, right? And then they lose weight. So like they have extra skin, but it looked like a fucking pair of pants, like not fitting right, dude. It says, sun bears are the size of large dogs, standing at most 1.3 meters or 50 inches tall. I don't know why the fuck you can't say feet. It's fine. That's like just over 4 feet, right? So on their hind legs compared to the 9 feet for grizzly bears. Other Chinese zoos have been accused of trying to pass off dogs dyed to look like wolves or African cats and donkeys painted to look like zebras. So this is like nothing new for a Chinese zoo to try to do.
That sucks. You pay and you just go see a dog.
Yeah, look it up right now. Look up Chinese sun bear fake real quick. Chinese zoo sun bear fake real quick. And I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna be like, bro, that looks fucking fake as hell. I just want you to see it because I can't turn my computer for you. That right there. Look at that, bruh.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a real bear to me.
But look at its head. I've also seen. Here's the deal that I've seen is that I've seen. Jesus, dude. That looks like a suit, right? Look at the legs, dude. It looks like feet. It looks like it's waving, too. Like, come on, bruh. It looks like...
Why is it so...
It looks like they took a sun bear... The mouth is open, though.
Yeah, the mouth looks...
But look at the back... Look at the head, like the lump in its neck. That looks like a head. I don't know, man. I'm not there. But I could see it. That one looks more real. Whatever you clicked on there. That shit though right there, look at that, dude. The middle one.
The middle one, yeah, it looks bad.
It looks real. It literally.
But I'm not a bear expert.
Me either, dude. But
I'm saying some of these bears, they look like strange shaped.
That one looks like a real one though, compared to the other one.
It's like more humanly shaped.
Yeah, but the way it looks like pants sagging, bruh.
Yeah, but that could be skin.
Even look at the maybe that's a hard maybe, dude. Look at the way
because the mouth is open and then
it's kind of like
closed.
It's kind of like human gesturing. How do you know they don't fucking do some weird thing where he can adjust it in the inside? It's like in my thought process, it could be a taxidermed head that has like a movable mouth. I know it's weird.
They look like strange shaped animals.
They do. But look at that one. That one looks like it's from a zoo, and it looks. What's the word I'm looking for? Bulbous, like it's eating a lot.
A lot. So
I don't
maybe
know,
that
man.
was before it hibernated. This is after.
I don't know, man. My point is that like I could believe that is not maybe a real bear.
I could see how you would believe that.
Could you also maybe believe that?
I could maybe believe that. I couldn't say that for sure.
I can't say it for sure either, but if tomorrow happened and someone said, hey, you heard about that bear in China from the sun bear? It was fake. I'd be like, I fucking knew it, dude.
I'd be like, yeah, I thought that there was a very good probability.
Like higher than 50% chance with the way that the pants be sagging on that bear.
Sagging pants, yeah.
Why is your fur sagging like my fucking skinny jeans, bruh? I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I be hibernating too, so maybe I do get it a little bit. But I don't really get it. I don't know bears. We're not bear experts. We just report the weird and stupid news. Also, we're kind of going towards not just weird, also some shocking current news because we had to give it for Pee-wee, this week. Paul Rubens.
I mean, some things you just got to talk about.
And last week we had to talk about Bronny, dude. We had to. You just got to. And we're not going to stray away from that stuff just because we're a weird news outlet. We're still going to talk about it. We're still here to talk to you guys about it, even if you're not able to communicate back in any way other than emailing me or responding to anything that I post about it. So whatever you guys like in the episodes and don't like, just let us know. That's pretty much it.
Keep us posted and we will keep making content.
Yeah, man, that's what we're doing. I think this has pretty much been the end of the episode, though. It's been a weird episode all over the place, dude.
All over.
Took us 2 days to make this one.
Yeah. The longest episode we've ever made.
Yeah. And
hopefully it doesn't take us 2 days ever again.
It's never going to. But the deal is that, we have lives happen. But yeah, this is why if we get a third person, we can streamline this, and we don't have to fuck with the computers and stuff, it'll be better. Right. So I think we have a few people in mind that we might want to do it for us.
I could think of a couple. We'll have to hash it out and see
what they say. What they say. It doesn't always have to be the same person too.
No.
It could be a rotating people. It doesn't matter. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Weekend Rundown. It's been a kind of weird and rough one, but also a really fun one. And paid a lot of respect to a lot of awesome people and talked about a lot of stupid things. So thanks for tuning in this week. I've been your host, Drew.
And this is Daniel, and we appreciate you guys tuning in, and tune in again next week for another episode of the Weekend Rundown. Take care.
A rich man's world.